They hate their past so much.
Do they?
Yeah, Germany, they fucking hate that shit. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to even talk about Nazis over there. They hate that shit. Countries should be like that. We proud of that shit. We got statues of pedophiles this motherfucker, and human traffickers.
Yeah.
Oh, we finna go in today. We finna go. Rich! You don't know that. You don't know that.
Should have seen us last night.
You don't know that. You don't know what I am, Rich. Yeah, man. Right. See these little shorts?
I thought we already started.
I was just being ourselves.
Yeah, no. Oh, yes. Purified water. Just like our Lord. Pure.
Don't copy me, nigga.
Dumb Bros,
right,
the
man,
podcast where truth meets freedom. We had a conversation last time. You remember that?
We did?
Yeah. Man, I had this thought, man. Hear me out. You ready?
Spaghetti.
I was thinking, man, conspiracy theories, right?
What
if conspiracy theories are a conspiracy to hide us from the truth?
I've said that before, actually.
Really?
I've been really high, and I said the real conspiracy is to get us to focus on conspiracy theories. Tupac actually said that.
Really?
Yeah, he had an album called The Dunk Illuminati, 7-Day Theory. He put a K on the Illuminati because he was in prison when he learned about the Illuminati, and he said he realized, like, how the fuck your broke ass know about the Illuminati? And then Tupac was an abstract thinker, so Tupac was like, oh, I know what this is. This is another way to keep poor people stupid. To get them focused, not wanting to grind, because if you make it, then there's some evil entity that's going to come get you. So you're more likely to be meek and stay poor. You know what I mean? And so Tupac said, I'm put a K to that to kill the Illuminati idea. He thought it was some bullshit to confuse poor and stupid people were into conspiracies. You know what I mean? But speaking of,
I remember reading a letter he had wrote to Madonna while he was in jail. I'm trying to remember like what he was saying, but it was just like it was something about like he was breaking up with her from prison, and I think it was like he was bothered by some comments like she had made about. Man, I'm gonna butcher this if I say it, so I don't want to speak wrong on Madonna. Yeah, Madonna's name, but man, I want to find it.
Just paraphrase,
because I can't remember. It was something about racial. Like it was like I think it was something like she wasn't. It wasn't not defending black community or something, or some comments. Man, I don't remember. I'm trying to be relatable. Tupac, I know who he is.
Yeah.
This is how white I am. I used to call him Tupac. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's how white I am.
That ain't a white thing. That's just living under a rock thing.
Yeah,
even the most conservative, whitest of white people can say Tupac Shakur. Yeah. They knew who the fuck he was.
That's what, man. I was different.
I don't listen to fucking Elvis, but I know Elvis.
This was my upbringing. Like I called it secular music. Like I only listened to K-Love Christian radio till I was 13 years old.
Fuck.
So like I
remember,
Rich. I remember listening to the All American Rejects and hearing the song "Gives You Hell," and like it was peak music to me because my brain at that point had only known worship music, Christian music, and it was like it was secular to me. It was of the devil. That music.
Why is worship music so boring?
I realized at one point why I hate country music, and it was because it reminds me of the kind of music out here growing up.
That country music is like I think about country music like how I think about like video games that are made after movies that just came out. It's like country music's like performative as hell, and so is gangster rap, and they're both. I want to talk about this spectrum shit, but I want to segue into it off of what you wanted to start talking about your issues about.
Yeah. We talked about like dry hate a couple episodes ago about like the way that people had been responding to us putting ourselves out there on the internet, and like just a lack of like you could just tell they felt some type of way about it, but they didn't say anything. And I've been experiencing like more direct recently, like pushback where like a lot of people would be like, man, yeah, just like some of the things you said or some of the things Trey said were just like really offensive. It was just like, I can't believe what he was saying about women, or I can't believe what he was saying about like certain group of people or something. And I'd be like, well, can you elaborate? Because like the whole point of what we're trying to do is bring truth to the table. We're trying to critique ourselves, and we're trying to be better people. Like, and we're gonna fail. We're gonna continue to fail for the rest of our life. So I'm like, can you tell me more specifically? And they'll be like, well, it's just like kind of like. And they won't give me anything of substance.
Because then you know what it is after that.
Yeah, and it bothers.
If they don't have a reason, then you know what it is.
And I talked to you about this yesterday, and you were like, man, you're just younger than me. It's like, what? you can explain a lot better. You've experienced this a lot more throughout your life of just like the almost like abstract hate, like the I hate you, but like the reasons I'm telling you aren't the real reasons.
Yeah, so I've done with that. That's why I was calling you a pussy yesterday. I was like, you was like, man, but they're saying this about you. I say, nigga, I'm black, nigga. You know the things I've been called and the things I don't give a fuck. At this point in my life, I'm 41, bro. I don't give a fuck what they got to say about me. I know I'm a good person. I know that I try to do the right thing, and I'm gonna say some things, but the funny thing about it is that they don't fucking know me, and I'm gonna give them an understanding of what type of person I am. I'm so opposite of misogyny. I am a little bit. I'm like 5% misogynistic, and I'm explaining. Let me explain. I'm not Ike Turner. I'm real close though, because you got to beat him to keep him in check. I'm just playing. No, but for real, like I wholeheartedly took right now. I this is coming from a motherfucker that used to think that women should be in a certain role or they should do this and do that. I am tired of men, bro. I'm tired. And me personally, I don't even want to toot my own horn, but I know what I look like and I know how women have treated me throughout my life. I haven't had a problem with men being bothered by how women have treated me. So I've been dealing with male insecurity for a long time. When I say I'm tired of men, you look at 90 to 98% of violent crimes are caused by men across the globe, in every race, in every religion, in every demographic you can think about. Men are the problem. When it comes to sex crimes, men. War, men. I keep hearing we shouldn't let women lead because the Bible said this, or we shouldn't let women lead because if she get on her period, it'll be a war. Women own guns. How come they not shooting up schools every time they get a period? It's men. Those are white men, but they still men. Black men robbing stores, hurting people in the hood. They're still men. Cartel leaders. They're Mexican, but they're still fucking men. And wherever you look in the world where there's violence, where there's injustice, I'm tired, bro. This ain't no pick me bullshit either.
Yeah, it's not performative.
Motherfucker, I'm a combat veteran. I'm a fucking mixed martial artist. I'm undefeated, and I'll beat anybody's ass you put in front of me, bro. And I'm telling you, I'm tired of masculinity. I'm tired. It's always men. I'm not worried about no woman molesting my children. That happens, but I'm way more afraid of what a man is gonna do.
I want to know
fuck that. No, I'm tired. I'm fucking.
Go off.
Bro, I'm legitimately fed the fuck up. Women are better leaders than us. And it is studies shown on that shit. When women lead, people are happier. People are happier. I think, well, if we have a woman, then the men are gonna step up and replace them niggas with women too. It's because we're still worried about what other men are gonna do. I think men should keep their roles in society because that's beneficial to family values. But when it comes to nurturing a society, we fucking suck because our egos get involved. We want to dominate. And then speaking of domination, I found that funny, all this pedophilia shit. It's also paired with these ultra-conservative motherfuckers who believe in domination. Like, these are the same people who had slaves. These are the same people who didn't let women have rights. These are the same people who kept black people from trying to survive and destroyed every city they ever built up in American society. These are the people that are the pedophiles. I'm tired, bruh. I am fed up. This is not a racial thing. I'm tired of pretending like that shit ain't happening. We're talking about Mexicans being rapists. We're talking about Mexicans being immigrants. We're talking about black people robbing and stealing and killing each other. But ain't nobody talking about white people fucking children. And it's overwhelmingly. I'm fucking tired, bro. I'm hurting. I'm fed up. That's all it is. Why are we pretending like this shit's okay? They have this domination thing, bro. They feel like equality is the end of their domination. They don't feel, they're weak men. They don't feel powerful unless people are suffering, unless women are under them. And that's the same, that's why those people go after those children. It's got nothing to do with being horny. Why men rape had nothing to do with being horny. They get horny from the idea of rape. It's the rape that makes them horny. It's the idea that they can do this to a child that turns them on. It's the power dynamic. They're weak fucking men. That's why they become elitists. That's why they become these ultra billionaires, because then they can do what the fuck they want and pay people off and fuck with these kids. And nobody's saying anything. And for all you bitch ass motherfuckers, if you got over 100,000 followers and you ain't said nothing, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you ain't said nothing about what's going on today, you a piece of fucking shit. I'm sorry for that fucking rant. I'm sorry, bro.
No,
I had
man.
to
Last
go
night,
in,
no,
bro.
last
I'm
night.
tired.
There was a moment where I was like, you know what? There's a lot to say, and a lot. What this podcast today, what we want to talk about is like, if there's ever been a time in history
Fuck.
to
Sorry,
speak,
Rich.
to speak up and separate yourself from this shit is like, I talked to you about this the other day. I'm like at this point where I'm like, if there's ever been a time to be like, hey, I'm not with this group of people. I'm not
It's
with these
today.
fucking
Today
these
is
loser
yes.
fucking weak ass white conservative
It ain't
MAGA,
even like
not
that,
conservative,
but
but
yeah.
like that group. And like, don't like we did. The rant got a little off track in the beginning because you started it with talking about men in general.
Man.
And
It is men. It still is. Men are the problem
yeah,
still.
and I'm like thinking, I'm like, is there any
the black
category?
neighborhoods,
Is there any
the men are
category?
problem.
Is there any category where women commit more crime in any category?
I can't think of it.
I can imagine any category of crime or like bad intent where women not outperform, but like outcommit men. You know what I mean? So it's like
I can't
we
think
can
of
look
nothing.
this up later. You know what I mean? But like when we circle this back, we were talking about like that rhetoric you'll hear where like if a woman is in charge, then they're going to start a war every time they get their period, or they're going to emotionally start a war.
Shit.
And my question is like, do you think men have been the ones solving the wars? Do you think they've been creating the peace? Like, are men the ones out here making the world safer and better? Because that seems very wrong. It's never been that way.
No, it never in
and
the history
and
of
we're never
humans.
we're not giving women the opportunities to
That's
show
the problem.
that they can lead our nations, lead our communities in better ways.
You know what's crazy? What do you? This is how I know they're scared of losing that power dynamic they have. They don't feel strong without that. Nigga, if you lost your legs and arms, you wouldn't feel strong anymore. You just like you can find a way to feel powerful without that shit. That superficial performative bullshit. You know what I mean? You got all these guns, your pants all the way down to your knees, and you a gangster. You didn't kill somebody. You got a big old cowboy head, a giant truck, and a bunch of guns. I'm a performative man. I'm a man. No, you not. You weird. You're fucking weird. Why are you pretending to be so masculine? No one is that masculine, bro. My daughter painted my nails before she's put makeup on me. You know what I mean? I will put on a dress, came down to it to make my daughter laugh. I don't give a fuck. I haven't done that, but I will fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like I'll cry if a movie makes me sad enough, or if a current event makes me sad enough. I am in tune with my emotions to the best of my ability. I'm from the slums, but I'm proud of that. That means I'm not 100% masculine. No woman is 100% feminine. She's got at least a little bit of masculinity to her. So why are these men pretending to be 100% masculine and nobody is? I know why. Because you think if you're on this end of the spectrum, nobody would know that you're actually on this end of the spectrum. What are you hiding, bitch?
Yeah, you said it earlier. Like, if I help you look for the watch, I can have stole it.
Yeah, exactly.
How did I steal your watch from helping you look for it?
How can I have stolen a watch? I'm helping you look for it. No, nigga. I see what you're doing. And we need to check the phones of the motherfuckers that want to kill a pedophile.
You said
too.
something, man. You said something so funny like 2 weeks ago. We were talking about like checking phones for the pedophile stuff and over surveillance. You were like, check them. You were like, check my shit.
Yeah, check
you know what I mean?
everybody's
check
phone.
everybody's shit for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm like, yeah, check my shit.
Yeah, check
if
every-
I looked at porn at
Yeah,
one point.
yeah,
I mean,
you'll see me
okay, yeah,
jacking
you want
off.
like, yeah. What are you really gonna find in my shit
Yeah,
that's
what
like?
I'm saying. I think the not only did the pedophiles' phones get checked, but the people who want to kill them in public. Because those people are also doing the most extreme thing they can think of to make it appear like they're looking for you. They're helping you look for the watch. I can't be the thief. Look it up right now, bro. We'll pull it up. Pull this up, Trey. Grindr just went down again at another Republican convention just a few days ago.
Smell.
Every time they have a Republican convention, Grindr goes crazy.
Yeah.
I really genuinely think these people hate gay people and trans people because they can't truly be themselves because of the community they're in says that is a sin. But they have these natural thoughts that they can't help, and they hate that with themselves because they want it to go away, but they can't make it go away because it's a natural thought. And they see these gay people out there being happy and free and flamboyant, and yes, honey,
spit on the table.
they're doing
That
all that
bothered
shit,
me.
but that makes them jealous.
Yeah,
That makes them
yeah.
jealous of the freedom
Yeah.
that they have, and then they spew this hatred towards gay people.
Bro.
I want you motherfuckers to know that we see you. Stop doing this, man.
That's why like I just said, like, if there's ever been a time for the rest of us to be like, especially white men right now, like, it is a time to put your hand up and be like, hey, I'm not with this group of people, because you know what I mean, like I said, like I called him Tupac, you know what I mean, but like I am not with those fucking weird ass fucking weak dudes. You know what I mean? It's time to be like, call that out and stop being apologetic about it. For a while, I was worried about like coming on this podcast and sounding performative and sounding like I'm pandering to people because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
But I also don't want to be a bad person.
Yeah. And there's a level of where I went through this recently with a close friend of mine where it's like setting that boundary and defending against other people is not like, you're not a bad person for standing up to that. You know what I mean? Right. The bullies. Right. So it's like, I want to protect people's feelings, not the bullies. Right. I want to tell the bullies go fuck themselves.
My buddy John, I talked to last night. You know John.
Yeah.
Justice's brother. I was talking to John last night. He was telling me, at this point, now I have to know. It's crazy because now I have to know your political affiliation. Like, as of like the last 5 months, maybe. We're like, oh, at this point, if you're still on the team, you're a pedophile to me. Or you condone it, and you can't be around my kids, dog. Like, if you're still gonna vote for this man, like, and these same people in the midterms and in the next election, like, at that point, I'm like, what are you capable of, like, to get your agenda across? Like, you're okay. I really believe that these people are bothered by minorities doing better in life. That scares them because they thrive on the idea that they're better. But the scale they created, the criteria that they created to be supreme on, they don't even fit on the motherfucker. Every time I see a white supremacist, they the ugliest, slowest, palest, stupidest motherfuckers I ever met in my life. That can't be white supremacy.
I said that to you a while ago where I was like, who looked at Trump and was like, that's my, you know what I mean? That's my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be big. We're going to get it done. It's going to be the biggest thing you've ever seen. They say no one's done it like I've ever done. I can't do Trump, motherfucker, but if I could, I would. That's all I do.
All fucking day, man.
Man, bro, but seriously, man, like, I'm really tired of men. I'm tired, bro. This is not a dude that's talking about, I'm not on some whole shit. Like, I'm just not them type of dude.
Yeah, being the best friend, waiting for you to like.
I'm good.
For her to be sad,
an old lady.
cry on my shoulder.
I love my girlfriend. Yeah. I ain't trying to get no pussy. I don't care about none of that other shit, bro. I am tired, bro. Like, it's time to give women a shot. We haven't given them an opportunity. We haven't given them an opportunity to destroy the world. We've only given men that opportunity, and they're gonna do it.
Can I speak?
Bitch, I was talking.
You're like,
go, man.
And I was thinking about it. From personal experience, I've been working like a lot longer than most people. Like, I had a job since I was 12 years old. I was a paper boy. Like, I continuously had work, right? I worked for a lot of men. I worked for a lot of women. And, bro, I can tell you every man I've ever worked for has fucking bipolar episodes, breakdowns, break shit in front of me, every man, bro. I'm telling you, every single guy. And I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like, you know the ones I'm talking about, bro. All of them, bro. Yeah. Every man I've ever worked for. And don't get me wrong, man. The women I've worked for, like, they're definitely not been flawless every moment. But goddamn, they treated me good. They treated people under them good. They weren't tripping on people because of the power. They didn't want power. Their insecurities got taken out in different ways. Yeah. And a lot of times it would create, like, extra chaos that didn't need to be created. But the way that people were treated and the way that people felt under them, it was never on some, like, I need to put you down. I need to make you feel like I'm the boss. You're my employee. Like, it was never about the hierarchy for them. Like, the women were much more, I from my experience, much more concerned with the actual metrics of like the success and like the business moving forward. And like, they cared more about the other parts of the business that weren't them being the boss part.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad you brought that up because women do have their insecurities. They have, you know what I mean? And they're not the perfect boss. Nobody's the perfect boss. You know what I mean? But God, dog, bro, I would much rather women run the world, but y'all shouldn't be driving. Like, that's what I said. The 10% of me is misogyny. Y'all motherfuckers should definitely run the world because I think women are the greatest thing to ever happen to this planet. But do not get behind the window of a car. Please, Lord have mercy, man. Like, I gotta stay a little bit of misogynistic. You know what I mean? You can't be 100% good person.
Can they have motorcycles?
Fuck no. Like, That was a joke, by the way, obviously.
That's what I said this to you yesterday. I was like, man, people will listen to this podcast or listen to us talk, and they'll listen to all that rant we just said, right? Or they'll listen to the way we're talking about women right now and talking about our views on it.
Bigging them up.
Lifting them up, and then they'll take the clip of you saying they can't drive, and they'll bring that to me outside of the conversation to be like, yeah, well, your friend said women shouldn't drive on the podcast. I'm like,
you know what it is. Though,
I know it, and now I do, and it used to bother me, and I'm not letting that shit bother me anymore, man. Because like,
Trump.
yeah,
grab her by the pussy. They voted for grab her by the pussy, but I can't make a joke about women driving, which I said was a joke. I don't give a fuck, man. Eli, I'm from Monroe, Louisiana, where white people used to ride by and just scream nigger in your neighborhood, where the cops used to pick you up and drop you off in the wrong neighborhood in the 90s. Like that shit like that don't bother me as much. I mean, that shit has no effect on my life. I'm more bothered by like real racism, like shit that I can't get a job because I'm black, or somebody being shot because they're black. I care about shit like that, not because somebody called you a nigga. Nigga, tighten up, bro.
Yeah,
you know I
mean? I was thinking earlier about like what a privilege it is to have been apolitical, and like for a lot of my life, like early life, shit ever. Like I remember like being younger and being like, hey, I don't care about politics, man. I'm just not concerned. It's like. It took me so long to get out of that like slump of like, oh, it wasn't impacting me or wasn't affecting me. So I didn't have any reason to be afraid and to go look into the things that were impacting other people and be concerned about them, and then take that concern and make actual effort and show up to support other communities, other groups of people. And it wasn't until Trump came around, not even just Trump, but these last like maybe 10 years of just our society, where I was like, I had like just some wake up calls, and I'll be honest, man, I got lucky. You know, like I was born into a mixed family. I met a lot of black people down in the South that treated me well, and they took the time to like expose me to the things they've been through. And I'm like, damn, bro. So like for young white men I hear out there, I still try to hold that ground of like what Erica Kirk said about like, don't let them talk down to you. Like, no, we're not being talked down to, right? We're being
held accountable.
We're being held accountable, but this is where I'm at, man, and this is like a lot of what I want to say on this episode. Like we talk about not being performative males, is like I am done pointing the fingers at other people. I'm done being the person that's like, well, the crime rates in black cities and women are bad at like they're emotional and stuff. Like I'm done being that type of person. I want to be the person that points the fingers at my own community and be like, hey, what's wrong with men? What's wrong with white men? Let's have that conversation. I don't want to talk to other people right now about like how the Latinos and what's going on with the immigrants coming to this nation. I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk. And let me say this. I told you this recently. The only person I'm seeing speak up right now is Tim Tebow. Like out of all these people that I've ever like listened to, and I'm like, why is the only person I hear out here talking about like white men specifically and like men committing like violent crimes and like sexual abuse? It was like this dude we clowned when he was in the NFL, and I was like, man, this dude got a good heart, bro. I don't see bad in that.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I call a Christian.
Yeah. So like, I owe that dude an apology. Like, you know what I mean?
A good person. That's what I was telling Rich the other day. They be radiating it.
Yeah.
You can tell like there are Christians today, which is crazy, that they call themselves Christian, and I'm like, in my head, I think of what kind of Christian are you? And I ain't talking about denomination. I ain't talking about what denomination you are. I don't feel you radiating that positive love. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I start to question like, what kind of Christian are you? Like my buddy Chris, like John, like Rich. They radiate this positivity, love, but don't step on me type of energy. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what a Christian should be. I feel at peace when I'm around an actual Christian. But the ones today, they're performative Christians, just like there's performative masculinity. They're pretending, or they may not even be pretending. They have taken the scripture and manipulated it in a way, because you can do that. That's why there's 30,000 denominations of Christianity alone. You can take that and manipulate it in a way where you can make this word mean something completely different to what that church says. And so now this church is only focusing on, because there's 3 types of gods, like in the Bible. Like I talked about with my buddy Chris Hurd, it's like there's God of the wrath, there's the loving God, and there's a neutral God who kind of lets you grow on your own. Those 3 gods. The only type of God I see from the right is the one of wrath. There's no God of love. I don't see it. Where's the God of don't Jesus said, you didn't clothe me when I was cold, you didn't feed me when I was hungry? That means every person you have an opportunity to feed is representation of Jesus. It literally talks about what to do with immigrants in the Bible. It says to treat them as a native. What the fuck is happening, Eli? Why are the Christians the ones doing it? I understand if they were racist atheists.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
You're a fucking Christian.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be welcome. You know what's crazy? So are the Mexicans.
Yeah.
Aren't they all, and according to your book, aren't we all God's children? So when you get to heaven and God's gonna say, how come you didn't help me when I needed asylum, when I was coming from Ecuador, when I was coming from Mexico? How come you didn't let me in when you supposed to be at the gates talking at Jesus? And what you gonna say? Well, the economy, they were illegal aliens. I created a whole fucking universe, and you're telling me they couldn't cross this border? Why? And then I heard same Christians talking about helping some Christians in South Africa. They were being murdered or whatever, and I just found it curious. I looked into it. Just guess what those Christians look like. Just take a guess.
Pink.
They were strawberry.
Okay.
No, but yeah, they were peach. They were white people.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's what I'm saying. I was like, wait, what about these Christians?
Yeah.
Aren't all these other peoples, those Somalians, those are Christians.
Yeah.
Like, I'm starting to pay attention. Man, shut the fuck up. How you a whole Klan member and a Christian? How you burning the cross? Like that? I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around Jesus' number one commandment was love thy neighbor. Is that wrong? What the fuck are y'all doing?
This has been my only issue too, right? Is like there is a lot of Christians that have separated themselves from the MAGA group a long time ago. I don't think it was until Renee Good got shot and killed that I saw people like left-leaning Christians really start speaking up and being like, hey, this is not what Jesus stood for. And I'm like, it's not that it's a little too late, but I'm like, I wish that they would come out a little stronger right now and be like, me and you've been talking about this a lot recently with, if you read Revelations, you read the end times part of the Bible, the Antichrist, the dragon part. Let's set aside the crazy shit. The Antichrist, the way that he is depicted in the Bible as this false prophet, this false Christian,
who was wounded by the head.
Would Trump, would this current administration not fit like all the descriptions of what like the false Christians were warned? And the Bible warned you about Christians.
That's what I was about to say. What's funny is they focus on gay people and all this other stuff, but I want to say the Bible speaks maybe twice, 2 or 3 times about homosexuality in the Bible, and it talks a lot about helping the poor and feeding the needy and clothing people. It talks a lot about that, and it also warns you not against gay people, not against Satan. It warns you against Christians. It warns you against false prophets. And they keep focusing on the ones who aren't Christians. Bro, what scares me now, I'm going to say this prediction on right now. I think that it's going to get really better. Like, we're going to live in a great country soon because people are going to do things to repair this and make sure it never happens again because this is crazy, right? But I got some bad news for everyone. It's going to get really ugly. You think this is ugly? This is nothing. This is a scratch. I believe that this man knows he's going to prison if he leaves office. That's why he's flirting with 2028. And I believe that bombing Iran isn't just him being controlled by Israel. I think killing them girls they keep testing what they could get away with. You're going to see some loyalists die trying to keep this man from being drugged out of the White House. And the only way he wins the midterms, they're getting that ass handed to him. The only way he wins the midterms if he steals it. That's literally the only way he wins the House back. It steals it. And they're poised to win the House and the Senate. And it's really looking bad for him. And I think that Israel has something on him that they're going to release anyways to protect themselves. It's like, I'll do all these things or I'm going to release this. And then he does them all. And then when push comes to shove and everybody's getting arrested and we come for their head, they're going to be like, hey, release it. They're going to release it anyways to protect themselves. So, like, I think that Trump's being used by people who are giving him money and kissing his ass. And he's not smart enough to realize that he's not going to get away with this. And when he does realize he's going to prison, it's going to get real fucking ugly. Trump has no idea that he's not going to be able to run again. Because that's the only way you don't go to prison. And Iran's already said we won't miss this time, which needs to be investigated. What the fuck you mean you won't miss this time? You know what I mean? So...
Something that's really like bummed me out recently. My cousin was here. Shout out Terry, helping me out a lot in my life. up to this point, I'm renovating a house, and he came and just like helped me out a lot. And like this, Terry, man, he's just a good dude. You know what I mean? He's just he's just pure hearted. Like he just wants to help. He just like embodies a lot of like we were talking about, like what a real Christian would represent. Like he just is that, and he's not trying to be. And he's bogged down, like I hope you don't mind me speaking on this, but like debt from school and just like I look at people like him where I'm like, we haven't incentivized people making a positive impact in this world, and we like prevent people from trying to like make those positive changes forward, man. And it's like so much of what the administration is doing right now, and like backtracking education programs and backtracking like aid for like medical aid and financial aid for people who need it, is like we're stopping good people who would do more with their time and their energy and their resources if we gave it to them. Mm-hmm. They would impact other people.
Do you know why they're doing that? Why they're ripping all these funds away from everything that we need, so he can enrich his rich friends who have shit on him. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna get away with it if we don't do anything about it. They know Trump's gonna take the fall. I don't just want him. I want everybody, liberal, conservative. I want everybody. I want everybody's head. Everybody, bro. Not Trump is just, he not even the main shit. He's the dumbass. It's obviously a dumbass. He's the guy they put in charge so he can take the fall as they rob the system. Somebody's getting richer. People are getting richer. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Like somebody's getting paid from these contractor companies that are going to be in Iran like they were in Iraq. Somebody's getting paid. Somebody's got to make the bullets. Somebody's got to make the guns. Somebody's got to make the flak jackets. That's not the government. The government contracts that shit out to private companies who make billions, if not trillions of dollars off of war. That's why we've been at war, I want to say 92% of our existence. We are the war machine.
You mean the United States has been?
Yeah, but not only, it's got nothing to do with domination. Somebody has to make money from this shit. They have to pay somebody to make the bullets. Somebody has to make the gunpowder. Somebody has to make the boots. Somebody's got to build the barracks. Somebody's got to do that. And those are private companies. Those people are making billions of dollars. And those people are also, guess what? Starts with an L. Lobbyists. Yeah. They pay politicians to go to war. And these rich fucks send poor people, because that's the only people that go to the military, poor, uneducated people, and I was one of them, and I am one of them, that to go to the military, and they go and die because rich conservatives disagree with other rich conservatives. Literally, that's what war is, bro. It's the conservatives of each side. They're the only ones that support evil shit like that and go to church every Sunday. I'm tired of, I don't think liberals are the answers. They're fucking pussies. So I'm not some fucking liberal either, but I'm not finna sit here and pretend like y'all aren't fucking sick. Something's fucking wrong with y'all. You don't want the world to get better, because if the world gets better, then you lose your power. If everybody's happy and everybody has health care and free education, you're going to see minorities and all kinds of people you thought you were better than just like you. And that bothers you, because the only thing that makes you feel whole is when people suffer. Nigga, if LeBron was going around putting fucking doo-doo in people's Gatorades, and then you find out they was sick every time they played LeBron, wouldn't that make LeBron not so supreme? nigga, play on a fair slate, nigga. Let's see what happens.
Stop putting doo-doo in our drinks. Yeah, Where you been getting all this doo-doo? Is this your doo-doo? Wait, you want to hear a story? This is an unrelated story, but I want to tell it real quick. You've heard this before, so I'll make it a short story. Good, thank you. A clip. Yeah. Man, in high school, there was this thing that was happening where we called him the Phantom Pooper, and we kept finding shit. Got blamed. Yeah, we kept finding shit in the urinal, and people were like, "Man, who the fuck is shitting in our urinals?" It happened like 3 times, and we're like, "This is crazy." And one day, I go in the bathroom. This girl in my class like sprayed some like sparkle perfume on me, and I went in the bathroom and like washed it off my arm real quick. And I was in there, and we had a special needs student who he was in there, and he was in the stall. Yeah, I'll spoil. If you want to spoil the story, it was him. You know what I mean? Yeah. But let me tell the end of the story. So I'm in there washing my hands, and I hear he's in the stall. His name is Tyler, and I hear him being like, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, homie's struggling. And I'm like, whatever. I'm in and out like 10 seconds. You know what I mean? As soon as I walk out, I hear someone else come out the bathroom like, Phantom Pooper strikes again. I'm like, man, I was just in there. And I was like, oh, I pieced it together. And as I'm like, oh shit, I realized what he was doing. I go sit down in my class, and like a couple minutes in the class, the overhead is like, can Elijah Van Weingard come to the office? And I'm like, they think it's me. So I go down to the fucking office, and that's how, and my principal and vice principal are just like sitting there, and they're just like looking at me. And I walk in, and they're like, they try to like sound professional. They were like, are you aware of the recent like fecal or incidents? They said something weird. They like didn't say poop or shit. I remember them like using a word that was like, you guys were trying to sound professional, and that was like, it was Tyler. And they were like, they're like, what do you mean? I was like, he was in there when I was in there, and they were like, you can go back to class.
Exactly, special needs. Oh yeah, he did that shit.
It's like, damn, bro. He was taking the poop out of the toilet, moving it into the urinal. He wasn't pooping in the urinal.
It's commitment. It's commitment.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Retarded, though.
Anyways, man, and now he works for our Senate.
Yeah, it makes sense,
Yeah.
bro. Like, why? Man, you know what's crazy? Republicans can have it where they could win every election.
True.
With the black vote. You know why? This is how you know Republicans are fucked up. A lot of them are fucked up because black people are conservative. Black people are the most Christian demographic in America. They're the most homophobic demographic in America. Black people are Christian as Christian get. Google it if you think I'm playing. I think it's 85, 90% of black Americans are Christian. And like 60% of white people or some shit. The motherfuckers who taught us this shit don't even believe it. You know what I mean? So like, what's crazy is that, what was I saying? That black people are the most
conservatives can have it.
They're conservative.
Yeah.
Like black people will vote conservative. They agree with a lot of things you say, except for the fact that you have no problem harboring racism. Why the fuck do Ku Klux Klan and Nazis agree with you? I want somebody go in the comment section and explain that to me. Like, why you okay with looking in the mirror and being like, the Nazis think I'm right? The Nazis think you're right, bro. You need to sit down and reevaluate that. Unless you've already reevaluated, you don't want to. Exactly. You motherfuckers may not be racist, but you okay with it. Man, you okay with that shit?
Like we were talking earlier before we came about the post. The Republicans freed the slaves. Like I've seen that. We've both seen that, and we were like, but like my point to it is like, okay, so they're not racist. Like, does that mean like it's freed the Republican Party of racism? They freed. Let's say it was true.
They weren't conservative.
You know what I mean? And we know that, but we're like, let's just run with that idea right now. Like, right. Is that your implication right now?
Well, these people are surface level thinkers. They don't think past they don't think past anything. Black people commit crime. Stop. They don't think why and why. And why? Because they know what happens when they think why. They don't like thinking why. They like being surface level. Hey, black people commit crime. Stop. You see what I'm saying?
Simple.
They don't. Yeah, it's even though all across the globe, it's poverty. Where there's poverty, there's crime. That's an easy answer, right? When there's lack of education, lack of health care, and lack of empathy towards the demographic, there's poverty, there's crime. Why the fuck is that pedophilia? Off subject. Off subject. We can't think about that one, but off subject. What the reason why they're so surface level because of what you said, it's like, what did you say? I forget.
I didn't say anything.
You did.
I haven't talked this whole podcast.
You're like, come on, man, seriously. What did you say?
I don't remember. That's why it was my deflection there. We were talking about the demographic change.
Yeah. So they're
Party.
surface level. So like when they go, Republicans freed the slaves, stop. So the Republicans were the party of the Union, right? So the Republicans didn't fly the Confederate flag, right? They didn't. The Democrats did. Why did you stop there? How come the Republicans fly the flag now? Because there was a switch. Did you know why they switched? Because there was a guy named Barry Goldwater that got black people to vote Democrat just to steal their votes. He was racist too. They all were. It was back in the day. And so they slowly migrated. Black people started migrating toward the Democratic Party. And the Democrats the conservatives within the Democratic Party left to the Republican Party literally just because of race. And so the stereotype came from Republican Party is that the Republicans are racist. The reason why that's come because they're fucking racist. That's the only answer to anything I can think of, and I'm not just saying that on a surface level. I've broken it down. I've tried to sit here and give them the benefit of the doubt, and the only thing it leads me back to is race. People tell me I like Trump's policies. And then I ask him, which one? They never have an answer. That's not an exaggeration. Never.
I agree.
Never have an answer. And I'm like, you agree with what's going on today? I mean, he's human. And I'm like, bro, people are being ripped. Obama deported more people than Trump. That is true. And nobody was ripped away from their families. Nobody was put into camps. No, you know what's sick? You motherfuckers called the camp Alligator Alcatraz. What the fuck? Why are you making fun? And let's talk about the kids are being raped by these same people. There's kids being impregnated and raped in these detention camps by these same ultra-conservative motherfuckers or pedophiles, bro.
Wait, but
overwhelmingly
Drewski did
pedophiles.
whiteface, though, so,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, it's crazy. If I did that, nigga Robert Downey did it and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
If it's funny, it's funny.
Yeah.
You were offended about that white male shit he called you on.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this, like, I've seen Erica Kirk, like, getting mad about this online and stuff. It's like, why are we protecting this group of people? Like, why are we, like, we're making fun of this shit right now. Don't get it wrong. Like, they're doing evil shit.
Yeah.
They're doing evil shit. Don't, like, let them, their fake empathy, like, out there pretending like, her husband just passed. She's mourning all shit. She don't give a fuck. I ain't pretending to feel bad for making fun of this group of people who's enabling this much suffering and this much evil in the world.
And
not
then
doing
at
that
the same
anymore.
time, they go to church.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sunday,
what I was going to say.
They're enabling. So they just killed 200 little girls
So,
and
bro,
went to church Sunday.
Bro, I have a distant relative I follow on Facebook just for the sole purpose of watching their shit play out. He's a pastor now of a small, low rural church. I saw him post like 2 weeks ago. He was like, I don't have a problem with what most of Trump is doing for the most part right now. I'm definitely not a conservative, though. But then he got like a little Trump like salt shaker and stuff, and it was like,
oh, bro.
Like he was like super proud of it. I'm like, bro, this is like a week after they killed all the girls in Iran. I'm like, to get online a week later from that, be like, I don't have a problem for the most part. We're like past Renee Good, Alex Peretti. We're past the bombing in Iran, like all of this stuff. And you're like, how are you still at this point coming out here? And like, it's so fucking, it's like frustrating to me in a way that I can't even describe because it feels so irrational to like, for me to be an irrational person, to try to like look for the like truth in something. And to have a conversation with these people and be like, how are we not all in agreement right now? All of us should be in agreement of what evil this is
yeah.
and this is happening, this is suffering. Let's set aside all the other bullshit, the gender, who uses the bathrooms, the sports, all that bullshit they want us talking about. Let's set all that shit aside for a while. Like, can we not all agree these people aren't looking out for our interests as a majority?
They can't agree because tribalism. Listen, bro. Speaking of that, bro, this is what bothers me. This mostly bothers me, like a lot. Like the fact that I know a lot of these people are gonna go secretly vote for him again, bro. These people are fucking sick, bro. This is what I'm saying. They're sick. They fucking hate black people, Mexicans, and Muslims, and gay people and trans people more than they hate pedophiles. Also, these people want to kill the pedophile in public more than they want to protect the child. In order to kill a pedophile, a child has to be harmed first. You see what I'm saying? These people talking about public hanglings. Why the fuck? I'm not against killing them motherfuckers. Why you want to be in public? Why you want entertainment? Then somebody in the comment section said, well, maybe this will deter them. No, bro. Death penalty has never worked. You know how I know? Because motherfuckers still do the shit that get them death penalty.
Yeah.
You have to prevent the crime.
Yeah.
They're so reactive and never proactive. When the horse is out the gate, then we're gonna chase the horse down. Nigga, let's build a fence.
Yeah,
let's build a fence. Let's
secure the
not
gate.
let it get out the gate.
Put a lock on the gate.
You know, but there's people that's making money off of chasing the horse down. I'm tired, bro. Why are we pretending like this party gives a fuck about anybody other than the elites? They get you to focus on race, religion, trans shit, bathroom shit, weird shit. They get you to focus on that, and they never tell you, we finna rob the fuck out of you, and you don't care. You know why? Because the other side is not happy. You're a dumb fuck. You're dumb. The reason why you're still with them, because you're a fucking idiot. I'm tired of pretending like you're not a fucking idiot. The reason being is because all you gotta do is take 6 seconds to look up the shit they say, and you'll see immediately that it's a lie. I got one more thing to say that should scare the shit out of everybody. And I'm going to pull up the tweet right here as I say it. I'm going to pull that shit up in the editing. I followed Donald Trump in the first one. I didn't vote for him, and I didn't vote against him. You know what I mean? Because I didn't give a fuck at the time when he ran the first time. In the first 3 years, I was like, he wasn't that bad. He was funny. I thought Kung Flu was hilarious. I thought Trump was a comedian. He wasn't that bad. I was like, all right. That last year, I followed Trump on social media, on Twitter, and Trump posted a video, and at the end, you can look this up. And at the end of the video, a man screamed "White Power" with his fist in the air. He was on a golf cart, and then I thought to myself, either Trump is racist or he's too fucking stupid to check the entire video before he posted it, or he's too stupid to check the video before someone else posted it. Either way it go, you shouldn't be president. Then I voted against him because of that. Also, the Department of Homeland Security tweeted a picture of a beach. It was a GIF. It was a beach. The waves were rolling. It was a pretty beach. And at the top, the caption said, after 100 million deported. Also, Trump's trying to end birthright citizenship to deport anyone he wants to, literally any American. I did the numbers on 100 million. Fact check me. I want to say there's about 12 million undocumented immigrants. There's about, okay, that's not 100 million. There's about 60 million legal Latinos here. That's still not 100 million. That's about 70, right? There's about 30 million black people. That equals to about 100 million people deported. The Department of Homeland Security tweeted that. Pete Hegseth has racist tattoos on him where he was kicked out of the military for it. Elon Musk put up 2 Nazi salutes and said, "My heart goes out to you." Did you know the fucking Nazis love Heil Hitler? And they have the number 88 tattooed on them. 8 is the 8th letter in the alphabet. HH, Heil Hitler. If he had said, "My heart goes out to you," I wouldn't have cared. He said, "My heart goes out to you," and did 2 Nazi salutes. My heart goes out to you. Every first letter of each word equals up to 88. That's how prison gangs talk to each other, through numerology. He said, "My heart goes out to you." That's prison gang talk for Heil Hitler. And he did 2 Nazi salutes. Bro, when I tell you the type of fucked we are, these motherfuckers, and the bad thing is there's no such thing as an intellectual racist. So you may agree with them with their racism, but they shouldn't be president because look what's happening. Because they're fucking idiots. That's the reason why they're racist. They're idiots.
This is one of the approaches that fascism it uses to keep people in line. Is like they move on really fast and they're like this rapid, like there's no attention span. So you talk about that video Trump posted how many ever years ago we're talking about now, like
it was
6?
Last year of his first term.
Yeah. So it's like you're talking about that video, and then all the way up to the Obama video, same thing.
The monkeys,
and Trump does the same thing where he's like I didn't post it, I didn't even watch the whole video, didn't know about that. It's like we string all these things together now. It's like from all the things in between you said, like the SS secretary name tag on top of Hegseth's desk, them removing free holiday entry in parks for only Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth. Like we take all of those things together and fact check us on all the things we say on this podcast. We fact check ourselves after we leave and realize we're wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Let us know. And you take all these things together because you're not going to come up fact checked all of those and be like they were all wrong.
Yeah,
you're gonna find out
most of them, at least 99% of them, are going to be like, and they're still going to go vote.
And we're not scratching the surface. Okay. Heard that.
Oh yeah. So
we didn't talk. Oh, sweet. Thank you. We didn't talk about women a lot.
Man,
we did a bad job, bro.
Oh, I remember women should run the
world. Women. I like women. Women. I like women now.
I'm not gay no more.
I've been delivered.
I don't like men no more.
He's really gay now, too.
He got gayer.
It made it
He got gayer after that.
It made it so much fun.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of.
Oh, yeah. I got to get mine.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I go get my shirt.
Yeah.